Tonight's Whiskers TV has left the studio. We're in the home of Lady Godiva, the birthplace of the specials, and disgraced Sky Sports presenter Richard Keys. Tonight we're in Coventry.
Do you want me to come past on the horse now?
No.
But I paid for it and everything, it cost a fortune.
I don't care.
Oh, I suppose I better put my clothes back on.
And this is Whiskers TV.
Coming up on tonight's show, we'll be looking back at the game against Hull on Saturday. Plus, we'll be concentrating more on the game here at the Skydome this evening against the Coventry Blaze. We've also got the students' quickfire quiz, and we'll be looking ahead to the game against Cardiff next weekend. But first, it's Paul Baum with the news.
I'm Paul Baum, and this is the news. Steelers fan reacts badly to losing in Fife. Giants commentators visit the theatre. Jason Hewitt models new clothing range. And that was the news.
It's hockey time, so here's our guest. He's our voiceover man, Aaron Lord. Good to see you here, mate.
Cheers, mate. Nice to see you.
So, tonight's game should be a tight one. I think we're expecting a close one. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a close one. Obviously, it's just a Challenge Cup game. We played last night, obviously, against the Hull Stingrays. It's Coventry's only game this weekend, so they should be fresh. Both teams are short benched, so we'll see. I think it's going to be a close one, yeah.
Obviously a big crowd in here tonight. How much do you think you put down to their new NHLer Matt Bolesky, who's making his debut?
Yeah, well, obviously he's going to bring a few more bums on seats, as they say. As you can tell, the atmosphere, you know, it's building up already. Apparently a full house as well, so should be a good atmosphere. So yeah, he's obviously brought a few extra people in, so we'll see how he does on his debut.
Obviously Panthers can qualify for the Challenge Cup tonight if they win. They'll get the pass through to the quarter-finals. How important do you think that's going to be for them?
I mean, obviously if you can qualify, you know, the earlier you qualify the better. If they can notch a win here and get it qualified, you know, it leaves a few games after maybe to try a few different things out, because we already know we're qualified. I think they're going to go for the win. Obviously they want to get qualified and get it in the bag, sort of. But it's going to be close. It's going to be tight. It's going to be should be a good game, and I think there'll be goals in there as well. So
let's have a prediction then. What do you think?
Oh, you put me on the spot now, John. I know you are. I'm going to go for a Panthers win, and I'm going to go 5-4.
5-4. I will go for a few less goals. I'll go for a Panthers win as well, but 3-2. So, well, the tannoy goes. It's time to go over to the student and his quickfire quiz.
Hold on to your hats. It's time for the students' quickfire questions. That's if he can get out of bed, of course. Let's find out about this week's contestants.
Tonight's contestant is reporter Aaron. He has blue eyes, size 10 feet, and his celebrity crush is Kimberly Walsh.
Reporter Aaron, you are facing the students' questions this week. Can we have 30 seconds on the clock, please? Time starts now. Ryan Hand, iron fist or limp wrist?
Limp wrist.
Attack or defence?
Attack.
Jason Hewitt, British Bulldog or French Poodle?
French Poodle.
Snakebite or White Lightning?
Snakebite.
Didier Meta, UFC or KFC?
KFC.
Yes or no, Paul is the most versatile arena?
No.
John DeCaro, 5-star or 5-hole?
5-hole.
Cost Cutter or Aldi?
Aldi.
Jay Galbraith, lazy waster or misunderstood genius?
Misunderstood genius.
Thank you for facing the students' questions this week, reporter Aaron.
Join us next time for more student quickfire questions. You know you want to.
Good win last night.
It was, and I've got to say, a fairly easy one as well.
Although it could have been very, very different, because the first 10 minutes of that game, Hull absolutely came out like an express train. And I think if they could have finished a bit better, then we could have found ourselves 2 or 3 goals behind.
Yeah, I mean, they came out really fast, and I don't think we could cope. I don't think we were expecting it, and yeah, it could have been a very, very different game.
Although, on the positive side, it was great to see a really, really good middle period performance from the Panthers. That second period, they absolutely ripped the Stingrays apart.
Yes, not exactly characteristic of what we do normally, is it? No. But, yeah, I mean, 10-15 minutes, we just turned it on. Clinical finishing, especially after Lepina got his first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That, you know, we scored, I think, 3 in the time he was off the ice.
Yeah. Moving on to the fights, or non-fights as they probably were.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was that all about?
I don't know, I mean, sorry, Ryan Hand, if you want to fight, get on with it. Don't stand there, you know, sparring as though you got all day. You haven't, just get on with it.
Yeah, I thought it was. I think the first one was quite embarrassing for both guys when they finally came together. At least the second one had some punches thrown in it.
Yeah, only by Lepine though. I mean, did Hand throw a punch in either?
They didn't seem to throw a punch at all.
No, but yeah. But I mean, yeah, I mean, all right, the whole fans will cheer because Ryan, you know, wrestled him to Lepine to the floor, but that was it really.
So, all in all, a very good win. Keeps us up there, second in the Elite League now. So that's we're piling the pressure on Belfast at the top.
Nah, I don't know about that. But yeah, you've just got to keep winning. You've just got to beat what's get put in front of you.
Absolutely. All right, well, by the magic of television, we're moving on to tonight's game. Here are the highlights.
With just shy of 3,000 packed into Coventry Skydome on Sunday night, the atmosphere was electric. Both teams were up for the fight in this Challenge Cup game. And it wasn't long into the first period before Clark makes contact with new Coventry signing Matt Bileski, and then James Griffin charges in and starts a scuffle, which set the tone for the rest of the game. Now look at this move from Coventry. Mike Bayrak picks up pace, chips the puck over the head of Matt Francis. The puck bounces off the backboards. Kowalski's wide of his net with Bayrak hot on his heels. He returns to his net, but it comes to Greg Leib, who picks it up and puts the puck away. 7:40 in and it's 1-0 Coventry. 5 minutes later and the gloves are off. This time it's Lepine taking Egener to the ice in a matter of moments, ending in both of them taking a seat in the penalty box with 5 minutes apiece for fighting. But it doesn't stop there. Keep an eye on behind the net as Bileski drives Brandon Benedict hard into the boards, and Stevie Lee is having none of it, dropping the gloves to Bileski, who lands a few hits, and it's another 5 minutes for both for fighting. With Lee taking his seat next to Lepine, Panthers were fast running out of D-men. Into the second period, and both teams continued to push the play from end to end. Gallivan there missing for the Panthers, but the Panthers working hard to keep the puck in their favour. Myers, Clark and Lepine spread the play, and it's Stewart who nudges it into the net. The game is tied 1-1. With the Coventry goal from Dustin Cameron in the third, a trailing Panthers call a timeout. Pulling netminder Kowalski, Graham and Gallivan make a play down the ice, but Coventry intercept. Werner makes the wrong pass and Brad Leib is in space, and with an empty net it's purely down to aim as the puck finds the back of the net with 5 seconds left to play. Coventry take the game 3-1.
Tough game, Robert.
Yeah, it was a tough game, but I mean, when you play here you can't expect anything less, especially with the team Coventry have put together this year, so we knew coming in here that it would be tough, and it was, and luckily we didn't come out with the points, but I think on another day we could have, with the way we played. So
I think you was up against a really hot netminder tonight.
Yeah, again, if the goalie on the other team's having a good night, then it can make it twice as tough as it usually would be. So a tough team with a good goalie, they're always hard to beat at home.
So yeah, because it's quite a raucous atmosphere in this building. The fans behind the bench like to get involved, don't they?
Yeah, they don't let you get away with any mistakes without letting you know. And even if you haven't made a mistake, they try and put you off your game. And they're pretty good at it sometimes, so you have to try and block that out and just focus on your game. Yeah.
Of course, I suppose it's a Challenge Cup game, so if you are going to lose games, these are probably the ones you want to drop points in rather than in the league.
Yeah, definitely. And you don't really think about that before the game. You still want to come out, do your best and win. But just after the game, it makes you feel that little bit better, especially when I think we're not doing too badly in the Challenge Cup so far. So, I mean, if we are going to drop points, you'd rather it be in a sole Challenge Cup game than a league or a combination.
Well, look, mate, and thanks for your time.
Thanks a lot.
Mike, excellent game tonight, but a hard-fought victory. How did you feel it went?
Yeah, I thought it was just what you said. You know, it was hard fought right from the beginning. Game had everything. You know, big hits, fights, goals. Well, not so many, but it was tight defensively. But you know, the atmosphere with the crowd definitely played in the game, and it was fun being out there playing it.
Speaking of fights, you got involved in one yourself. How did that come about?
Yeah, you know, it looked like something was going on with Lapine and lead Brad, and I just, you know, I got to stick up for the scorers on our team, and thought I was, you know, the right time to go and do something. It didn't go in my favor, but you know, I got to. That's my role, you know, to, you know, stick up for guys like that on our team. So I felt like I had to do that at that point in the game.
I saw that you were jumping into the play a bit more today. You're getting involved more offensively. Was that a conscious decision, or was it something that just happened as it went?
Yeah, I'm not really an offensive, you know, type D-man that likes to jump up often. But when I do, you know, see an opportunity to do it, I'll try my best to get up there. But yeah, tonight there's some opportunities to do that, and I tried to take advantage of it.
How do you think the atmosphere was in the Skydome tonight? It was a big crowd in there. How did that affect the game?
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome. The support from our fans that we've been, you know, experiencing so far this season has been just phenomenal. You know, there was a lot of excitement gearing up towards this game from earlier on in the week, and you know, anytime we can get a crowd out there like that, we'll you know, oblige that. It was great atmosphere, even from the Panthers side as well. You know, it was fun.
Paul, an excellent game tonight. How do you feel the boys played?
Well, fantastically well. I mean, it was an excellent game by both teams. I mean, excellent hockey, excellent standard, fights, hits, you know, great goals, great goaltending. You know, what can you ask for? What more can you ask for when you put something on display like that? And I felt after, you know, in the third period, I thought we were strong. We were boxing out defensively. We kept them to the outside a little bit more than we had previously, because Hershey made 2 huge saves to keep us, you know, to keep the scoreline at 1-1 in the second period. And then I thought after we got the go-ahead goal, the 2-1 goal, we didn't look like we were going to get scored on after that. And I thought we closed the game out really well. But they're a hell of a team as well, and that was a hell of a game of hockey.
What do you think the key was? Was it playing the systems, or having maybe the healthy bodies back and just being able to rotate 3-4 lines?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, then, you know, we've got 2 power play units. We're not over using the Leaves and Goose, and, you know, Cameron came back in a little bit rusty. I thought he got better as the game went on. You know, our NHL boy Beliski came in, fantastic. You know, fight, big hits, assist. You know, I thought, you know, considering he's had 1 practice, you know, at pro this year, and he's been out skating with his mates and stuff like that back home. And you know, I thought he had a terrific game for us, and I thought everybody around him, you know, he's bought in to exactly what we're about, and the atmosphere in here is like the old days. You know, the energy that's coming from the crowd down to the bench, and then back from the bench and from the ice back to the crowd. It's you got to enjoy nights like this. We've had a couple of ropey old years, and tonight was one where we should all savour, fans, players alike.
You mentioned that Peter Hirsch had a couple of big saves, man of the match performance as well. Do you feel that he was on top of his game tonight?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he stonewalled a couple of their guys and made terrific saves. He got his paddle down on the one, and you know, he was big in the net tonight. He was challenging. Boys were boxing out for him. And we're all on the same page. And you know, when that happens, you know, normally good things happen. And I think what you saw today was because we'd had a couple of bodies back, and we're still a couple down. But you know what, we came stronger as the game, where I think in the past we've been hanging on a little bit and taking it into overtime and either sneaking the extra point or losing the extra point. Well, today, because we had 2 extra forwards, you know, we were able to, I wasn't having to overuse, you know, 4 or 5 players in lots of situations. So a great win, a great night.
It might only have been 1 game this weekend, but it's still 2 big points, and 2 points against the Nottingham Panthers in the Challenge Cup. How important is this for the momentum for the team carrying forward?
Well, we want to put a few wins together. I spoke to him on Tuesday. We did video of last week's performances, and you know, we broke down a little bit about what Nottingham do, and I talked about putting 4 or 5 wins in on the bounce, whether it's in the cup or whether it's in the league, and just getting that momentum going, especially as we've got bodies coming back. And you know, and we talked about not dropping our level of commitment and play just because, you know, guys might be playing 4 or 5, 6 minutes less a game, and that showed tonight. And I felt, you know, like I say, we came stronger as the game was, you know, from the 30-35 minute mark. I thought we were coming stronger as a team.
So we're going to analyse the game tonight. I've got with me Paul, Aaron, and the student joined us for the first time. What do you think?
Can I have a pot noodle yet?
No. Later, when we get home. Paul, I'll come to you first. I think it was a tale of 2 netminders, and Hirsch came out on top.
He did, yeah. I mean, I think he was the one that won the game for them, to be honest. It was a great, even game. They had the best of the first, we had the best of the second, third, probably them again, but I think it was Hirsch that won it for them.
Because it was a fantastic atmosphere in here tonight. Aaron, how much do you think that lifted the Blaze?
Oh, I mean, definitely. You know, it was jam-packed, very vocal as well, and obviously with Coventry getting the first goal, that lifted everybody here, and yeah, it made a massive impact. And I just think as well the fact that they had extra bodies as well, you know, that helped. You know, Tomo, in the fact that he could just not rely on so many people for those extra minutes, and it gave them a chance to rotate more. And you know, it was, like you said, it's a game of 2 netminders, and yeah, like Paul says, Hirsch came out on top, unfortunately.
Student, I'll come to you. Any positives for the Panthers tonight?
No.
There we go. Deary me. We have to put up with this all the time. I'm so sorry. For the Panthers, I mean, the good thing is that it was 2 points in the Challenge Cup rather than the league. So, you know, if we are going to lose a game, these are probably the games where we probably, well, I won't say want to lose, but it doesn't matter as much if we don't pick up points.
It's, you know, it's a positive we can take from it. It's not much of one though, but yeah, you know, I think we're still pretty close to qualifying for the next round. Mind you, was it 4 out of 5 do go through? But yeah, at least it's not the league.
And of course now Panthers have got, well, they've only got 1 game next weekend before playing a triple header and then a game at home against Edinburgh, so 4 games in 5 days. So at least there's now a bit of a chance to get some of those injured players back.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you look for, don't you? You want to hopefully get the players back as soon as possible, get a full roster out there. I mean, the fact that Coventry, this was their only game this weekend, I think that helped them as well. And after last night's game against Hull, you know, a few bodies down as well, it was always going to tell towards the end, especially in the 3rd period. And yeah, if we can get a few bodies back and, you know, the players can have a good rest, then hopefully we can get back on the winning ways.
Well, thanks for your time tonight, guys. Appreciate it as always, and many thanks to the Coventry Blaze for their hospitality as well.
Johnny wants to see that Gangnam Style dancing next week. Do you fancy it?
No.
Me neither.